Good morning, guys. So today I am going to speak on battle of the mind, procrastination. Is there any procrastinator in the house? Is there any procrastinator in the house? Is there any procrastinator in the house? I am a procrastinator, guys. Yeah, I am. Um, I um, I am an individual who have a lot. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things that I would like to cross off my list in this lifetime that I am here. And sometimes I find myself daydreaming about it more than doing it. Is there anybody out there like me that can relate? I am sure there are many of you guys who can relate with me, right? For instance, I, I am a decorator. I own an event space, and I own an event space, and I'm also a decorator, whichever way, you want to put that. But owning an event space have taught me so much. I I would have an event, right, and on the the weeks and coming down to the event, I would you know outline for myself. Okay, so this week is the event. I'm very good at ordering everything I need on time, getting everything to me on time, because I know that it would be impossible to get some of the things I need just by walking into a front store. Most of the things that I need, I would have to order online. So I get that down early. I order everything on time. However, I find myself sometimes, I structure how my week will go. Like, so, okay, so the week of the event, so Monday, since I own the space, I can come in, especially if I am decorating, I can come in and start to lay down, certain things, like if I have to clear the chairs, if I have to, I can, do the balloon arch. When you do balloons with helium, it can last for weeks, guys. As you can see, you have seen these balloons in about 4 or 5 videos, because it will stay there until I take it down. So that's the great thing about balloons without helium. You can actually blow them up with the air, and they will stay for weeks on end. So I would say I'm coming to do the balloons, and oftentimes I'm good at doing that too. Like, come and get the arch done, because it is one of the most tedious in throughout. The decorating. It is that one thing that takes up a lot of time. You have to do different sizes of balloons, then you have to cluster them, then you have to put them on the arch, and then you have to fill them in. It takes time, guys. It takes time. It takes like a whole hour, or sometimes a day and a half, just to get, it depends on the size of the balloon arches that I have to do. So it takes time, and I will come and I will, pace myself by beginning, right? But somewhere in the on the day of, between Monday and Saturday, I find myself with an overload of work. And I always ask myself that one question: why, Andrea? Why are you still here on a Saturday doing this? Now, you know, I will say that, on a Saturday, it's hard for me to put decor up in the morning, because in the morning I have someone who rents a space every Saturday between 11 a.m. and 2. So between that time, I cannot set up. So the setup would have to start after 2 o'clock, around 1:32. That's when the setup starts. So on that I can have a little defense for myself, right? I can say, well, on Saturday morning I can only come in at 1:30, unless say on 2 o'clock to set up. However, I can have all the centerpiece is ready, the tablecloth's ready, the ironed and ready, and keep in mind the balloon work is already done. One of the things I love about the people that rent my spaces, they if it's not a party, they don't care if they come in and the place is semi-decorated. They don't care. So I am very, very lucky that I can do that. I can pre-set up the balloon and they don't mind, right? So the balloons are already, they are set up, and I just have to complete, after the person leave. What I find myself in my procrastination is that I will say, okay, so Andrea, you have to get the tablecloth ready, get all your tablecloth. My sister Lynn, she'll be on my case. Did you get the tablecloths? Did you get the vases? Did you put the flowers? Did you clean the back of the kitchen and put all your chafing dishes in order? I'll be like, yeah, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And the goal in my mind, guys, is for me to be there. I start off with that race. I'm like, I'm getting this done and packed and complete by Saturday. All I want is just come in and do the tables because everything else is done. The back is set up. The chafing dishes is lined up and clean, and and everything is ready. But on the Saturday, guys, I find myself coming here, still having to do the back with the chafing dishes, set everything up, and then still having to set up the decor, and some balloon work's not done. But I am here every day. Explain this to me. So the only explanation I can give you guys is that I tend to procrastinate. It's like, I know my work, I can knock this out in no worries. Tomorrow I'll knock that part out. So today I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna tomorrow I'll knock this out. I got this. On Saturday and what happens is it puts me in a place where I am exhausted at the end of the event because I am doing so much at one time. So I'm saying this, guys, because I know that there are others like me. And if you're not like me, please share with me. Truth be told, I know what to do. Truth be told, I know what I should do to change. It's habitual. It's habitual. I believe that there are some people who work really well. My sister Lynn works very well with structure. She structures her everything, her work, her time, everything that she does, she structures. And therefore, I look at her, and as much as I look and I see, in my opinion, she works very hard, on the day of, what she's doing becomes effortless. She's not sweating like me, and she's not overexhausted like I am at the end of the day. And then the reason for that is she structured her work. She started preparing and prepping and, putting the time in. And so the moral of the story is time. Time. I have a problem with time. If you invite me in a party, rest assured, you need to tell me 3 hours before. If you're living with me, please tell me 3 hours before. Because when you call me and say, I'm dressed and I'm ready, should I take the Uber now? I would be like, give me 15 minutes. Give me 20 minutes. Give me half an hour. Most times 2 hours. Guys, I was late for my wedding. 2 hours. I was 2 hours late for my wedding. And I honestly felt that it was okay because guess what? That was my wedding, right? And I had white people. I had my ex-boss came out with her twin babies waiting for me 2 hours, guys. I am terrible with time. I will admit. Now I'm sitting here speaking to you about it, and today, and the reason why I can speak about it today is that I have begun, yay, to make changes with time. I actually have, and I'll tell you this, right? Hopefully this video can help somebody like me. sometimes it takes things to happen. Sometimes it takes situations to, to just blow up in your face for you to realize that, hey, I got to make some changes in this because this is not going to end well. For me, it became chaotic, and what I was doing started to become stressful. On top of all the stress I had dealing with my my son's death, my daughter's death, I am doing the thing that I love, but it is so stressful to do it. Why? Because I'm running here last minute trying to find a tablecloth. I'm running here trying to find a charger plate. I am, everything is so disorganized. And when I say disorganized, not in the decor, guys, you see it when it's done, it's immaculate. But in the chaos of finding things, some things that I could have had found and put there, in that chaos, I am exhausted. And I was like, nah, that's it, I can. There's a saying that what you do you should be happy. What you love, rather. Whatever you love to do should make you happy. And I was feeling like what I'm doing is weighing me down. It's making me feel, I was not feeling happy when I did it. I felt like something was not right with what I was doing. It's almost like I wanted to quit because I'm like, nah, Andrea, that's not it. You can't love something and it's so hard, because that's the way I felt. I felt like I was not enjoying what I was doing. So I had to face the real truth and the fact of the matter. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. But I did not enjoy the stress that it was putting upon me. It was becoming extremely stressful. So I'm not saying that if I structure my time and order, I would not have a lot of work to do. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if I structure my time and what I am doing, it will be less exhausting for me at the end of the event, because then I own the space. It's not like I have to go to somebody's space and go according to the 2 hours. Oftentimes, right, event spaces give you 2 hours to set up, whether it's a wedding, whether it's but whatever event that you're hosting. Majority of the spaces give you 2 hours, guys. 2 hours to do a complete setup. You need at least 12 people to pull that off, especially if you're doing a fully detailed event like a wedding. I had there's this hall I hate. I hate to decorate at this hall. It's when a client come to me and they are looking at that particular hall, I get really, ugh. Although recently I did an event there and I was given the time to come in earlier and get it set up, I guess because there was no earlier event. But it is not easy to deal with that particular hall. I'm not going to mention the name because that's conflict of my interests. Instagram event studio only. But I hate to decorate at that hall, although the last experience was not too bad, right? So why am I making this video? I'm making this video so maybe somebody out there like me who procrastinates a lot can, listen and realize that you can change. Oftentimes we say, well, that's me, that's who I am, that's, under my birth sign. I'm a Taurus, guys, and Taurus, we are very laissez-faire. We are the bull, and so we have a lazy tendency. It's not a tendency. When I say lazy, it's not like we are not lazy people. We're very hardworking, but the procrastination is very big for us. So therefore it makes us sometimes come off like lazy because we wait last minute to do things. And when that everything clashes, it can really blow up in our faces. And as a Taurus doesn't mean because I recognize that this is my sign and this is who I am and how I operate as the bull, doesn't mean that I have to not try to break, that type of habit. It is a habit. It is something that, yes, it might be the chords of my string, but I can still change that, right? So I have been working on changing it, and I will say, guys, I am very happy with the results. One of the things that I had to do, it was my event space has a basement, so this is where I store all my stuff. Gosh, if you are an event planner, the amount of things that you accumulate as an event planner. I'm like, that's where the profit is. When I look at all the stuff that I have, I'm like, yeah, there's the profit. It is this, you accumulate so much stuff. And what I found myself doing was always in the rush. So I'm always just throwing things and I'll fix it. I'll fix it tomorrow. I'll fix it tomorrow. And then, when I come to search for things I cannot find, sometimes I'll go buy things, because I know I have it, but I cannot find it. And, that too became a problem, transparency, truth be told. That too became a problem. That became a problem for me because I'm like, here I am, buying things, and my sisters and friends, oh, guys, it's cold today, it's freezing, so I'm doubled up, but this doesn't look so cute, does it? Yeah, in winter time, right? It's not the cutest of times. You have to work a little extra on getting cuteness in winter, but that's all right. That's okay. Yes, so my friends would tell me, and my sister would, Lynn, she's a sweetheart when it comes to my corner, rooting for me and giving me positive feedback. If, as a big sister, she always tells me the truth. She can be a nag, guys, but she always tells me the truth. And so when I realized that this was, like, there's the old saying that when the stench start to come up to your nostrils, then something is wrong. So when the workload started to come up to me in my physical, it started to attack my physical aspect of what I think I should be doing. I was like, no, hold up, we need to fix this. We gotta change this. We gotta fix this. So I began to make changes. I started to come earlier. I'm at my event space, and if you realize, I'm making more videos, right? Why am I making more videos? Because that too, I have been, telling myself that I know what I want to do. I've always loved speaking to people. I've always loved, I'm a good talker. I can, oftentimes, right, when clients come to my space, there's some clients who sit there after they book the event space and we'll be talking for hours because I'm a talker. I can talk. I've always said that. I think if I had, well, I personally never thought of becoming somebody who holds a mic, an announcer. I've never thought of it, but I remembered. But I have always had that leader spirit. I've always had it, leadership spirit. It has always been embedded in me. Whatever I do, I always take the lead in that field, and so I guess it comes with being someone who likes to speak. I am not shy. I'm not a shy person at all. I'm not shy. I've never been shy. When I was probably a teenager, yeah, I think that's the awkwardness of teenagers. But once I became into my fullness of adulthood, I find that I've always been very, very bold, very risky. Like, I am someone who would try things. I'm not, someone who, like, I am not too timid. I'm not a timid person at all. My daughter Tamara and I, one of the things that we shared a lot, we had in common rather, was photography. She loved photography, but she did not. And I love photography. As you guys can see, once I'm dressed up, I'm like, girl, pose, left, right, talk to me. Here it is, you know. But my daughter Tamara, she did not really like, she loved taking photos, but she did not like taking photos like model type photos. I actually talked her into doing that before she passed. She was doing her Instagram and vlogging and stuff like that. She wanted to vlog, travel vlog, and food, but she noticed that when she put photos, people responded more, her profile did better. So she was like, okay, they want the photos, I'll do the photos, but that's really not my forte. Unlike you, mommy, that's what you say, unlike you, mommy. So yes, my daughter Chrissy too, she shies away from the camera. She's not really a camera person. I am totally a camera person. So I am not surprised that I'm sitting speaking to my phone. I'm not surprised. I'm here speaking to my phone. I am not a comedian though. I can be jovial, but I'm not a comedian. I might give jokes, but I'm not like someone who would go out and like do a stand-up comedy. Like, I know, no, I wouldn't do that. But I would hold a mic, I would talk to people. Island Girl Talk, well, I have a platform, Island Girl Talk, and the reason for that is because I love to talk to people, I love to interact. So let's get back to, I digress, guys. Swoop. Let's get back to procrastination and the changes that are necessary to jumpstart, in anything that we do or we're doing. It needs, energy is the movement of it is the key, the key that moves. If you don't get up off your bed in the morning and go to work, the job is not going to get done. Somebody else will do the job, but you ain't going to get paid. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't get up and cook your lunch, then you ain't going to eat, but you will have to go out and buy food, or order, and somebody will take it to you. But you would have to have a job to get the money to pay for somebody to bring that food to you. So there's always a form of you doing something for you to gain something. And that's how it works. So I am excited, guys. I am excited because it's a new me. I'm excited. It's a new me. And the new me is, I am working on my procrastination. And it makes me feel so good. So that's why I'm sitting here and sharing this story with you. I couldn't even wait to tell you guys. For the last couple of months, I have been, really working on making changes on myself and trying to be a lot more, prompt and, and it's a good feeling though. It's a good feeling. You see, my chicks are up because I feel really good about it. I feel good about myself. It also is a good thing in a sense too, where it helps me get out of my, depression. And I say that with depression, I don't like to speak things like that over myself, but I just wanted to say it that way so people can understand. But I don't really use words like that over me. We don't talk about Bruno over here, depression. But the truth be told, I have been through, I just lost another child. And so I hate to always interject that, but it's part of my life. Maybe there's some days that I will no longer speak about it, but as for now, it is what it is, right? And, it's no matter how strong we are, and I can tell you that I am a strong woman, but no matter how strong we are as a woman, a mother, this is this is too much. It is too much. Just losing one is too much. Losing two that just breaks you, right? So couple that with running a business, the stresses of the business, the stresses of your own life, the stresses of this world, couple all of that, you feel like you're like a ship has this anchor, but you're not anchored. You just weighed down. You're just weighing the ship down, and the ship, the body, right? So I realized, like, well, I came to the fact that if I change the way I do things, if I change the way that how when I wake up in the morning and start my journey, if I change the preparations that is necessary to make my day and time easier, if I change these things, I realized that it made a difference. Thank you, Lynn. I said it. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. And all those who, my friend Kathy, she's a Mayborn like I am, and we are both Tauruses, but we are very different in structure. She is more structured than I am, and I have always said that about her. She's just more structured when it comes to prepping for things that needs to get done. So yes, guys, so I am extremely thankful that I have come to full circle with the knowledge and putting that knowledge in practice. Sometimes people can speak to you until they turn blue in the face, but it is up to you to make the conscious decision to change it. So guys, I'm coming into 30 minutes of, that was because that was fast. When I sat here, I was like, how am I going to complete this video? What am I going to get all these words to make up a topic on procrastination? But me being such a big procrastinator, it wasn't so hard for me to get it right, because it just flowed out of me, because it's like, that's you, girl. You got the words for that, because this is totally you. I'm very surprised that I came up with all that in 26 minutes, but oh my gosh. And it feels so good that it actually has me laughing, and makes my soul happy to see that I am really making a conscious effort to make the necessary changes to get order in my life. Order. So I'm not working so hard. Sometimes, guys, if you see me after an event, I feel like a wrecking ball just smash into me, and it's not supposed to be that way. It's not, even though I'm doing everything, because again, like I say, I have the time, I have the place, I own the space, I have the time. There's no reason why on the day of I'm running around like a damn chicken without a head. There's no reason why I am setting up the back space on the day of, when I could have done it like this before. There's nobody to blame but myself. So with all this being said, I have an event tomorrow. So I got to take these balloons down. Well, I'm actually going to leave them up until the person that has the event, if she tells me to take it down, then I will, because sometimes people don't have balloons, they don't have balloons, and they don't really, and so the balloons they're like, okay, that's fine, it doesn't bother the color scheme, so they leave it. So if I want to take it down, I have to pop it and throw it away, and I'm like, why not leave it for somebody who doesn't have balloons, right? So yeah, so I'll do that, I'll leave it. So they have to come in here today, and I thought that was, so they have to come in here today, and so when she comes in, I'll ask her if she doesn't want it. If she doesn't want it, then I'll pop all by this evening. But if she do, then I'll just leave it, and because they look pretty good, guys. They look pretty good. This was for the last event that I had here. That was about a week ago, last week. So yes, so if they want it, I leave it. If they don't, and it's neutral, they can always work their colors in there. Like if they're using pink, if I had this, I would have kept it. If I was offered this, I would have kept it and just incorporate my colors in there. But yes, guys, so I'm at 29 minutes and it's time to go. Love you guys. Let me go get the kitchen ready, so the back ready, so tomorrow I'm not like a chicken without a head. Bye. Love you guys.